Hello, what's going on, everybody? We're back. Views from Section 400, midweek show. It's your hosts, Matty Ice, Matt Colon, the Iceman, whatever you want to call me. You know I'm keeping it straight every time. I'm with my co-host, Brian Hauk. What's up, Brian? Say what's up to the people.
What's up, everybody?
Hell yeah, I love it. Kind of just kicking it off. We're right in the midweek show. Everybody knows what's going on. We just kind of cover everything, shoot the shit, have a good time. If you're bored on a fucking random weeknight, you need something to throw on in the background, listen to some funny shit, some honest shit, whatever you want to pertaining to the world of sports, you're at the right spot. Kind of kicking it off here. I got the hat on. You know what happened. We all know what happened. The Phils are up 2-0 in the NLCS. I am fired up. I feel it right here in the heart, in the chest, the whole thing. I think we're going all the way and we're winning it all. I will say my little Brian Nugget. I'm slightly worried about the Rangers. I am slightly worried. They are red hot, and not only are they red hot, let me be very clear. They have obviously they have a good team, but they have an annoying team. A very annoying team. Marcus Simeon is that annoying guy who will get that annoying single or annoying double in the seventh or eighth inning. Corey Seager will get that annoying hit. A couple other low key role guys who are just very annoying. And then their pitching's electric. Evaldi turns into just prime fucking Nolan Ryan in the postseason. John Gray's been there. Has he been playing? Has John Gray even been playing? I haven't been keeping up with that.
I think they're expecting him back this series.
Are
He's
they expecting him back? But either way, he's there. He's a guy who can go out there and pitch. He's electric, and then they're getting Max Scherzer back, who I don't care what he's done in the regular season. He's a guy who's going to get up for the big game, and that'll be annoying to see. Maybe you don't agree with that, but I think he could be someone annoying to face. Uh, yeah, I mean, we can kind of roll into the Rangers there. I mean, I think the Phils are electric, but if it's Phils Rangers, it could be a little dicey.
Yeah, I mean, you know my thoughts on the Rangers after the last show. I don't think they're going to lose a game in the postseason.
Wow.
Um, I will say the one thing Max Scherzer last season kind of broke my heart in his one postseason start, and then the start against the Braves, he was just absolutely awful. But before that, he was always good in the postseason, so probably return to whatever that was. Um, Yeah, the Rangers are kind of more of the death by paper cut type team where the Phillies are just mashing baseballs. The Rangers will get those singles, those doubles, and really
Those
just
annoying hits, man.
grind it out. I love my guy Josh Young, had him in fantasy baseball. It was great for me before he got hurt. But yeah, I think I really like the Rangers. I think they're winning it all. Mainly, well, I like their team, but I also just hate the Phillies. So that's the one
Thanks.
team I think will do it. If the Astros come back in this series, I think the Phillies will take it. But yeah, let's go Rangers.
Yeah, dude. Either way, I mean, if it is Phillies Rangers, which obviously, the Rangers are as at the time of recording, I believe they're game three, pretty much about to start. Up 2-0 in the series, bringing that series back home. So that's something to look out for. I think the Astros might try and show a little fight here. I don't know that they'll roll over and play dead. I mean, they are the defending champions, but the Rangers have just looked that good.
Mhm.
And then the Phils, NLCS, they're up 2-0, going to Arizona, where you can get a lower level ticket for like $30 or like $50, whatever it is. And, Philadelphia fans, they travel well. So listen to the local Philadelphia sports radio. Heard some people calling in that are flying out and going to the game. So, Philly will represent well there. And I think that'll help. But like I said, I don't think you'll see a atmosphere like Citizens Bank Park. We haven't seen it the whole postseason, and I don't think we'll see it. The rest of the postseason with the remaining teams. So, props to the city of Philadelphia. Props to myself included. I've been to a game or two here, but yeah, we just bring the energy. We're electric, great fan base. So hopefully the players can reward us with that parade. Um, But yeah, kind of, I guess, just rolling into college football. Pretty crazy weekend. What, Brian? I mean, we just see Caleb Williams get exposed.
I think we did, and it really hurts because we were USC.
I love the guy. I mean, I was touting him as the next Mahomes.
Yeah, he got exposed on the big stage, NBC, bright lights. It did not look good.
Like totally, dude.
Yeah, so his chances at making the college football playoff are pretty much gone.
Right. I
Would have
mean,
been
what
a
do you got on
great
that, dude? You're stunned.
game. I mean,
You're
yeah,
stunned.
we've really just been talking him up in podcasts. We've been talking him up in articles on the website. Like we're
Yep.
big Caleb Williams guys, and
And
he,
it was,
it was bad.
especially because Notre Dame, like, lost to Louisville, played Ohio State tough at home, but, lot like I know Notre Dame was good, but like I just was not expecting that outcome.
It looks that much worse. Louisville got their ass handed to them by Pitt last week. Like a horrible
Holy
team.
shit. Like, dude, I guess that is just like a, reality check, wake up call, and a total pump the brakes
Mhm.
on Caleb Williams. What
Yep.
what do you think? What do you think NFL GMs are thinking after watching that? I mean, is he still just going to go number one because he's a quarterback, and they're just going to say, "Hey, we can mold this guy and teach him still," and he just looks the part, so we can do the teaching.
Yeah, he's still going to be the number one pick. I think he can throw 3 picks for the rest of the season in every game, and he'd still go number one just
Then he'll
because
still
of
be number
leadership.
one.
But yeah, it is concerning. I mean, more concerning if you're a USC fan that was hoping to finally get back to a championship game. But
Doesn't look like it.
it's not going to happen. They have that Pac-12 is too loaded. They're not going to make the championship game. They're done.
Yeah, I mean, Washington looks like the team to beat.
They look really good.
Which I lost a lot of money on. I had the over, and I needed overtime, and that damn kicker from what was it, Oregon, who blew that fucking field goal at the end, dude. Oh man, irritating stuff. But I mean, I guess it's not even what I get for trusting a college kicker because I just thought it'd be an offensive explosion. I wouldn't even have to worry about it. But it's what I get for having to rely on a college kicker to make a 30, 40-yard field goal, whatever it was.
Yeah, well, you also relied on former Auburn quarterback Bo Nix.
I did. I did.
We know
I
your
did.
thoughts
And
on it.
I always say I'm not going to. I always say I'm not going to. And it just happens, dude. It happens and I can't stand it. So sorry, I can't control my emotions on that one. But oh my God, Bo Nix, man. That guy really fucking irks me sometimes. But anyway,
You and me
we're
both.
not it's late at night here. Let's keep the blood pressure down. There's always next weekend, and that's what we have to look forward to. And that's kind of what we'll get into with Penn State and Ohio State. The big one.
Yep.
I mean, winner probably. I mean, I guess what both teams still have to play Michigan, but I mean, dude, this is like, Penn State all these years frauding the big game, this and that. They've looked electric, dynamic, whatever you want to call it. This is their time to say, hey, we're not the old Penn State. We're not frauds anymore. We're going to win the big game and we're going to make the Final Four. And, we got a shot at taking this whole thing home.
Yeah, it's going to be tough on the road for Penn State. They're 4.5-point dogs this week.
But think of how many times, I don't mean to cut you off here, but think of how many times other teams, when it's been a big game, have gone into Penn State, Happy Valley, and have won.
Mm-hmm.
So Penn State's got to be able to prove that they can do it and get it done.
They do. I'm a big Penn State hater. They kind of kicked the shit out of Auburn back-to-back years. Had to hear a lot of talk from our buddies that went to Penn State, and they're creeping up on my hate list, honestly. It's probably the Birds, the Cowboys, and Penn State as my 3 most hated teams. So I'll be all over Ohio State in this one. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to have a big day. In the shoe in Columbus, I'm trusting McCord and the boys to get it done. But Penn State, they finally have a quarterback. They finally have a good offense. They're still running wide receiver screens every other play. But
oh my God, the most irritating play in football Any
Yeah.
team that does it never works.
It's half
It'll
their
work
brand.
one time, and then they always try it.
Yep. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that game. It'll be fun. It's at noon, which Fox,
Well,
I
that's kind of what I wanted to jump into next. Probably the biggest game of the weekend. I haven't really done a deep dive into the slate as I usually don't get to that until, Friday when the lines are finally settled. But yeah, I mean, biggest game of the weekend at noon. I mean, it's going to be sunny out, Brian. I mean, I know how you feel about it being sunny out in primetime games, but even I'm a little like, yo, what the hell's going on here? Like, I prefer at least like, and I know Saturday, the primetime slate is 3:30,
Mhm.
but 12. I
Yeah,
get the whole big noon, the Fox, this and that, but throw it at 3:30, man.
yeah, it's just the Fox Big Noon shit. It's a horrible idea. I don't know what person in the studios came up with it, but it's just it was a swing and a miss, and for some reason they thought it was a home run. So
Yeah. I mean, I guess what? Are we going to get Gus Johnson on the call? I mean, that's probably what we're going to get,
it
no?
should be Gus, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if
Which will
it's not, then they're really just butchering it.
happen.
I don't even know who else they're out there, but yeah, 12 o'clock, get your mimosas in at 9 a.m. because that one is an early one.
Yeah.
But yeah, game of the weekend should be electric. I can't wait. Penn State's finally I think they're legit, and I'm with you. I'm not usually the biggest Penn State guy. Usually on I wouldn't say the hate. I wouldn't say I hate the people who have no affiliation to Penn State and dick ride Penn State like it's like just that is just their team and their blood, and it's like, dude, you like stop.
You
You
should
know what I
meet some
mean?
Alabama fans. That's
It's even worse, and I'm not an Alabama fan either for that reason. So, yeah, you can relate to that then, I guess, because it's a little bit of a shit show. But kind of moving on here, we just kind of we didn't slander the quarterback, but we definitely kind of were like, "Whoa, pump the brakes." This guy just got exposed. USC Utah. I think this is a pretty solid bounce back spot for Caleb Williams. Utah's defense is pretty legit,
yep.
so that'll be interesting. But their offense is not. Um, Quarterback play is pretty inconsistent, not great. I don't think the offense is particularly great. Pretty sure what is Utah at home on this one, or
I think it's a USC home game.
if USC's at home, this should be, no doubter. They'll be
Yep.
fine. Bounce
It's
back
in the
spot.
Coliseum.
Oh, yeah. So this is a bounce back spot for Williams. He obviously has a lot to prove after last weekend. You know, think you can feel confident taking whatever USC spread is. If they're plus money, that would just be absolutely like blasphemous, but I highly doubt that is the case here. Yeah, I mean, USC, has shown to have an electric offense. I think they'll put on a show here in front of their own fans. And like I said, Utah's defense is pretty tough and stingy, but their offense is really poor.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with you there on pretty much everything. Cam Rising was hurt for the first 4 or 5 games. He's back now, but the offense still doesn't look great for Utah.
Right.
Um, Big bounce back spot for USC at home. I like them -7. Probably take that up to -9. But yeah, the Pac-12 is going to cannibalize itself. There are a lot of good teams, but they're just going to be playing each other, giving each other losses. So
Right.
Washington's definitely the team to beat in that conference, and I think it's pretty clear. So
But hey, man, it's just great to see the Pac-12, being competitive like that again. I mean, I feel like in years
one last
past,
stride.
well, true, but we haven't really seen that.
Yeah, no, we
And
have not.
I mean, in a while. I mean, can you even? I mean, again, I don't know my football history grade here, but like it's been since like the early 2000s or like mid 2000s since they've been relevant.
Yeah.
Unless I'm like missing a year here.
No,
Um,
yeah. I mean, really, in the mid early 2000s, it was always the one or two teams that we've never. At least I don't remember seeing the conference this deep.
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like it's nice to see, but like you said, kind of the last year before everybody starts jumping ship, which
what becomes the
uh,
Pac-2?
Yeah, that's a conversation for a different day. But yeah, I mean, definitely an exciting college football season or weekend, not season. We're middle of the season, weekend ahead of us. I mean, dude, last question, I guess, is what's going on with Auburn and who they got this weekend?
Yeah, we're hosting Ole Miss. The team's in shambles. The offense stinks. I will be going down there, down to Jordan Hare. We'll see if
Wow,
I can bring some good juju. Probably not going to happen. They've lost the last two times I've gone down to my alma mater. So, I mean, the
what
third
a
time
good
might
luck
be
charm
a
you are.
charm. But yeah, the offense is in shambles. Peyton Thorne can still not throw. Robbie Ashford is looking decent. He should probably just be the starting quarterback. Defense got exposed last week against LSU. I famously said last week that I thought they would stop Jaden Daniels and LSU, and then they got 50 put on them. So
They
yeah,
did.
things aren't good, and the Ole Miss offense is almost just as good as the LSU offense. So might be staring another L down the throat. But hey,
Yeah,
I'll have the mimosas in my hand at 9. So
hell yeah, brother.
it
Can't
won't
can't
hurt that
complain
bad.
about that. Can't complain about that. Um, yeah, but I mean that should be an exciting weekend. I hope you have fun, man. Stay safe. Hopefully you don't end up like Jack with a black eye, but I guess we will let him tell that story when he is good and ready. Yeah, kind of rolling back into the pro sports here. The NHL kicking off this week, or over the past, I guess, 10 days now or whatever it's been. Flyers looking like a wagon, dude. 2 wins, 1 loss. I mean, who would have thought? I had them, ending the season like 20 or so games under 500. And they looked like they haven't really played anybody great. Honestly, played pretty shitty teams, but and I think they will get exposed as they have to go through the tougher teams in the Eastern Conference, the Penguins, Bruins, and so on. But yeah, interesting stat that I kind of looked up as I was this random weird hockey shit I was looking over, and the Flyers won back to back in 74 and 75. That's the last time they've won the Stanley Cup. They've been to the Stanley Cup finals 6 times since and are 0-6.
That's
So
brutal.
that's pretty brutal, man. Yeah, definitely need to see them get back into the finals and win it all. But obviously, if you read my preview, a little bit of a rebuild here for them. Still waiting, to see what the new ownership or the new front office, I should say, can do. And we got the NBA around the corner, which I know you're a big NBA guy. I love college basketball. Not a huge NBA guy, still watch it. I love I like the Sixers. I've seen too many second round exits to where I'm just not going to be that unrealistic biased Sixers fan to watch, another second round exit.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially with James Harden just going at the front office, I don't know if they'll make it to the
I
second.
mean, dude, it's just that's why I'm not an unrealistic Sixers fan. Like I'm just not gonna get all my high hopes because we signed Kelly Oubre and we got James Harden showing up to training camp.
Yeah, no. I mean, the season kicks off in a week from, well, 5 days from when you'll be listening to this. Uh, Biggest offseason story is obviously Dame Lillard moving the Bucks into Philly's division and conference. So it's going to be even tougher.
Doesn't help. Gonna make it even
Now.
tougher. The
Uh,
Celtics are loaded.
the Celtics are loaded, got Porzingis now over there. The Suns got Bradley Beal. So there's some loaded teams. An interesting future I like. I like the Houston Rockets over their win total. I think they're getting disrespected at 31, I believe it is right now. That team's going to be good. Jabari
It's a
Smith had
lot of wins. They do. If I recall correctly, they got Fred Van Vliet. No,
They did.
yeah. So maybe he
Amen
can.
Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr. They still got Sengun. doing things down there. So they,
Hmm.
they got a nice little starting five. The bench might be another issue, but
Do we see a sneaky like eighth seed in the playoffs, or just win or beat that over out, and they finish as like the 11 seed?
yeah, I think they can go 6, 7 games under 500, which would get them that over number. They got Dylan Brooks there now too. So
Some guys who want to win, but it'll be tough in a tough conference. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have any great futures there. If I had to pick a win it all team, I think the Celtics are pretty primed to win it all. I think the Suns are pretty primed. And then even though they're older, you can't sleep on the Warriors.
yep.
You can't. I mean, you can't, dude. Steph can still get it done. Clay can score. Draymond is just that guy who brings the energy in the postseason, in the playoffs, and just kind of that guy who brings that energy. And then they got Chris Paul. And then they have other guys. I honestly don't even know who they have, but they got the core together. They got Steve Kerr, and they've already won titles. I think last time I looked, they were like plus 1,700 to win it all, which I think's a little disrespectful
Yeah,
considering a team.
they're at 14 right now, but it's
Oh, is it? So it
definitely
dropped a little bit. So I already
yeah.
have a futures parlay in, which is a bunch of teams, and I got them at plus 1,700. So,
There you go. Um,
but no, what do you think about that pick, Brian? I mean, am I out of my mind for liking the Warriors to win it
no, I mean,
all
as long as they have
after all these super
core,
teams?
as long as they have that core guys there, it's a good pick. And I like the value with
The value is the biggest key there.
yeah, the Bucks and the Celtics are both plus 380 as favorites. That's really nothing. No
Right.
point betting on that. The Suns at plus 550 is decent. But yeah, the Warriors are definitely the best kind of value pick you can have there. In terms of what I'll probably be writing, because I love my $10 to win $1,000. The Oklahoma City Thunder at plus 8,500. Um, this is a good team.
Interesting pick.
This is a really good team that was in the
It
playoffs
is.
last year. They're getting
It
Chet
is.
back. They look good in summer league, and the summer league team is mostly guys that are going to be playing in the NBA. They're developing that
Dude,
chemistry. I like the Thunder a lot this year.
I'm not gonna sit here and like be like, yeah, I'm throwing all this money on it and I'm so confident, but like, dude, I don't hate that pick at all. I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people. SGA is like dynamite.
Hmm.
Like I had him in fantasy last year and he's like absolutely an electric player. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, for anybody who doesn't know SGA. If you don't, I don't know why you're tuning
Probably
into
not listening to
NBA.
this podcast
You're
either.
probably not listening to the podcast, but yeah, dude. I mean, I don't hate that pick at all. Obviously plus 8,500 for a reason. A lot of unproven guys, and then if they are able to make a little bit of a run, there's going to be no experience there. But yeah, definitely a team that can. Can you bet them to be like the 4 seed, or like pick them to be like the 3 seed? I think that could be like an interesting bet to maybe find some value on.
Yeah, I think
Like, hey, Thunder
the
are the three
playoffs.
seed in the or Thunder are 3 through 5 seed in the Western Conference. I think that could be a pretty
Yeah,
interesting
I
play.
see make playoffs. They're minus 128. So hey, just get in the
Okay,
dance, and there you go.
get
Um,
in, yeah. And I think that's a great play.
yeah, but we
Um,
see those odds on the Thunder to win it all and the Rockets win total. That's going to be my bet here. So
Ryan's out of control long shot parlay.
my NBA season parlay. Let me see the odds there.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to drop an NHL future play?
I'll take the Caps because I'm in DC. Probably going to go to a few games this year, so let's go Caps. But the team's not
Yeah,
very good, so
yeah. I mean, who knows?
not advice.
NHL hockey is kind of like the MLB, where it's like just get in the playoffs and anything can kind of happen. Um, there's a lot of good teams out there. Uh, if I had to go with one, I don't know. I like the Knights. Obviously, they're the return, defending champs. But dude, I kind of like the Avalanche again, man. I mean, I know they won it. What was it, 2 years ago? But like, dude, they are electric.
They score a lot
Uh,
of goals.
they score a lot of goals, and they're just, they're a dynamic team. If the Avalanche didn't exist, I think it is McDavid's time to push through. But I still just don't think the Oilers have enough to get it done and beat them out in the Western Conference. But Western's Conference is good as always. The Bruins should be pretty good again this year, even though we saw them absolutely choke it out of the first round after having that historic season last year. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I'll take the Avalanche to win it all. I'm just, I think they're just so good, man.
Yeah, no, I like that pick. Nathan McKinnon's definitely a dog out there.
And what's it? The McCarr guy, Kale McCarr,
Yeah, they got a good squad.
electric team, man. So and they've already been there and won it. So it's they don't have the jitters. The Oilers will have the jitters if they have to if they get there. But I just think obviously McDavid's the best player in the league, but I don't know if I don't know. I haven't been able to prove it yet, and I'll leave it at that.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So other than that, unless you got anything else, I think that's pretty solid. I'll wrap us up here, heading into another pretty big weekend as we are getting close to the sports equinox as we get all four major American sports playing at one time. Always the best time of the year, really electric, can really dial up some unique creative parlays, which is right up my alley, and I'm sure it's right up your alley as well, Brian. But other than that, hope everybody has a safe weekend, fun weekend. You win a lot of money, and check out our Sunday podcast because we have been handing out locks left, right, and center. I'm pretty sure all our picks combined, have hit at like a 65% clip, which if you look around, I don't know anybody else who's handing out free picks that are hitting for a 65% clip. So if you want to win some money, if your picks have been shit this year, check us out. We've been red hot all year. And yeah, looking to have another big weekend. We do our research so you guys can make money. But other than that, if you got anything, Brian, take it away. I will catch y'all in the next one. I love y'all. Comment, like, share. Let me know if you want to see something, you want to see us talk about something. If you think I suck, whatever you want to say, leave it below. I love to hear it, and I always keep it real with y'all. Peace.
Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, subscribe. Steve Cohen, just go ahead and get Carlos Beltran to manage the New York Mets already. See you guys in the next one.